Oh, look at that. Do you see that thing? That little ad says $50 off. It's like, yeah, well, really? But you don't even tell us what prices everything is. What's up, guys? This is Alan again, back with another video. And today we're going to check out this article about this woman who claimed that she got a bait and switch charged on her food bill. So let's take a look. Okay, so of course this is TikTok. Our waiter played us hard. Woman says to be aware of service trick questions after being charged $18 for truffle butter. So if you don't know what truffles are, they are a type of fungus. They're not mushroom. They have a lot of similarities to mushrooms, but they're technically not mushrooms. They are one of the most expensive things by weight. I think it's more than gold. So you get a little truffle about this big. They're very hard to find. You can't farm them. They usually have dogs or pigs that sniff them out in the forest, and you just dig them up, and you gotta pull it out quick before the animals eat it, because they love eating them. Especially pigs. They'll try to eat it. They know what's going on. They're not stupid, so they'll try to eat it before the forager gets a chance to have them. So they're very, very expensive. But let's take a look at this and see. And right here, you see the little blurb here. We had like one tiny teaspoon of it. So yeah, if you want to see the video of that, I'll post a link. I'm just going to go through the article version of it, because we're going to break down what she says, and I think they'll be more appropriate to look at the article itself. And I'll also put the article link on the description below. Okay. The tip comes from creator Joanne Strand, getting nearly 38,000 views. I think it went up to, yeah, it went viral. It's way higher right now. Okay, so if a waiter ever asks, oh, would you like to add blah, 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 blah on top of your dish, ask them how much it costs. Good advice. Even if it wasn't that much, you should ask, because you don't want to get surprised. She says that her and her beau, John, went to a Scottsdale restaurant called Toca Modera. Judging from the menu, which doesn't have prices listed, it deals with an upscale Mexican fare and uses truffle flavoring in several dishes. I don't know what truffles has to do with Mexican. They usually have something like huitlacoche, but truffle is the European ingredient. So let's take a look at this restaurant. Like she mentioned, it doesn't have prices listed, which is insane. I worked in Michelin Star restaurants, and we always put the price, because there's a difference between a $15 glass of wine and a $150 glass of wine. So let's take a look. See if this is true. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Do you see that thing? That little ad says $50 off. It's like, yeah, well, really? But you don't even tell us what prices everything is. No prices. I mean, what the heck is this place? Why don't they tell you the prices? Like, this is, especially because it's a la carte. You don't know. There could be a huge difference between the guacamole and the shishito peppers. There's no prices. So she is correct. Right here, truffle butter. Fresh truffle. But yeah, she explains. So we got margaritas, drinks were flowing, we got tacos. I mean, we had a lot of food, and we knew it wasn't going to be cheap. So one of the main dishes we got was a big steak, and it was yummy. As we're eating it, waiter checks in. It's weird, because usually you're supposed to have the upcharge or the butter already on the steak. That's kind of weird that they add this butter after they already started eating it. Okay, she says he suggested truffle butter for the steak. Oh, would you like some truffle butter? Strand recalls the server asking. Yeah, obviously we want the truffle butter. So fast forward, she thought it was gonna be like $5. I don't think it's gonna be $5, especially if it's a steak. To be honest, it didn't add that much flavor. Didn't taste that truffly, so that was a mistake. An even bigger mistake was when we got the check, we saw the price of the truffle butter was $18. We didn't say anything. We didn't complain, because John and I aren't big complainers at restaurants. However, on reflection, she says, we didn't even finish it. We had one tiny teaspoon of it before chalking it up. So what, did she get a whole bar of butter, which would have been too much? But yeah, like the butter, I mean, it should be basted in the butter, not just a cold knob on the top, and especially if they started cutting it up. So that wasn't the right service anyways. It would have made more sense if it was cooked in the butter, or at least had it on it before they started eating the steak. Okay. Okay, servers weigh in. Commenters were, so this will be interesting to hear what the other service professionals think. Commenters were alarmed with the situation. Servers shared that they tried to avoid upselling to customers and thought Strand's waiter was shady for not. Yep, I agree. We generally don't. I mean, the whole menu was shady. It doesn't even tell you how much everything costs. And as we saw, they had it's like if this would have avoided so much confusion. If they just listed their prices, this could have been, yeah. If we look at the menu here, going down to the steak, here, truffle butter, it's listed. Like if they just listed the price, it would have helped the guests make a more informed and educated decision. And let's talk about steaks. Steaks also vary from price to price depending on the cut. Like look at this, just tomahawk. I mean, that's a huge cut. Even people who go out on a Michelin Star restaurant, they still have a budget. It's not like they're willing to spend $1,000 over their limit. They still have an expectation of what it costs. So I really don't know why they would do this. So yeah, this is very shady. For example, like we have a wine pairing. We have two wine pairings. We have a classic and Appellation and a rare and unique. They're both expensive, but obviously the rare and unique is going to cost significantly a lot more. And especially if you're not that wine savvy, you're probably not going to want to go for something that is that more expensive, especially if you won't be able to appreciate it. I mean, these guests, they seem to know that truffles were expensive to begin with, but it didn't look like the server really cared. He just wanted to upcharge as much as possible so he gets a bigger tip. As a server girl, he played you, that's vile. I always say, would you like to add for more? I wouldn't say this because I would have assumed that it would be on the menu already. Like, especially when it's that expensive. For example, on our 10-course tasting menu, you can add caviar service for this much. And caviar is not that much. It's like, it's about that much, but it's over $100. But we don't expect people to know that it costs that much. So that's why it's on the menu. The price is on the menu. Because even though it's a small amount, the source that we get it from is sustainable and they do a lot of good stuff. So it costs more than like a Chinese caviar, which is most likely not even real caviar. It's probably just fish eggs that are dyed black. So it's very important, especially this. Like it didn't even say what kind of truffle there are. Depending on like the Perigord truffle is expensive. You have Burgundy truffles that are expensive. And you also have white truffles, which are more aromatic and tend to not want to cook with them because they're very delicate. Those cost even more. So what kind of truffles was this butter? If it was white, that wouldn't make any sense because you don't want to compete for butter, which is a strong flavored, and also steak is hot. So hopefully it wasn't white truffles because that would be culinarily idiotic. So she responded, I know, our waiter played us hard. That's messed up. Another added, I also disclosed it when I was a waitress. So yeah, if it's that much, I would disclose it. Even if the menu had mentioned it, it would be nice to remind them, especially when it's that much. Anyways, that was the video. What do you guys think? Is $18 for a small knob of truffle butter reasonable. Like I said, they don't even specify what kind of truffle, because truffles, they can range a lot. It could be the grocery store truffle oil that you can get dirt cheap, or it could be Perigord or Burgundy truffles or white truffles that cost significantly more. It's not specified. So I can't even give an assessment on whether or not $18 is reasonable. And what do you guys think about them not putting prices on anything? So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.